Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Music Bros podcast. This is going to be episode 1 of a little series we're doing. Each episode is going to tackle a different question on 21 Pilots in the new era on Trench.
What if we wanted to do podcasts on other things besides 21 Pilots? Can we do that?
Yeah, I guess we can do that. It's going to call it something different.
What's this even called?
I have no idea. The title will say.
All right, we'll figure that out after we record.
So as of this recording, we have no idea what the title is going to be.
But you'll soon find out.
You'll find out.
You already found out because you clicked on the
You
video.
probably already find out. The thumbnail probably even says.
Oh yeah, that might happen.
Future us knows exactly what the title is going to be, but present us doesn't. Except when you're listening to this, it's past us.
But present you knows what it's called.
I don't.
Well, not you.
Present them
Present
knows.
them knows. Let's start off with most recent 21 Pilots with the Levitate video.
Well, the song and the video.
Yeah.
So let's first start off with. So we're this episode is going to be about Levitate and everything surrounding that. So, do you think that the leak was intentional, or do you think it was an accident completely by Tidal? So, for anybody who doesn't know, Tidal, I guess released the song Levitate about 12 hours before 21 Pilots officially released it, about 12 to 14 hours or so. And then it was taken down probably about 20 or 30 minutes after that. But it was up for quite a while, enough for everybody to get their hands on it who wanted it.
I think it was, I feel like it almost has to be on purpose because with something like that, you have to actually go into the database and leak it. It couldn't have just been a glitch in the system.
Yeah.
Especially with, I think it was with Blurry Face, Tyler said that he was going to leak some more stuff back before that came out. So I feel like they're kind of notorious for just, releasing stuff. And a lot of bands now especially.
Yeah, it's like it couldn't really be a glitch because you would have assumed more songs.
Right.
And why does something always happen to a 21 Pilots song where it ends up getting released early?
Right. And I know on Tidal it said that the release date was actually supposed to be August 10th.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was specifically for Tidal or if that's when the song was supposed to be released. And when it leaked, they were like...
Yeah, I assume that August 10th would have naturally released at midnight or something like that.
Right, and I'm sure they've had the video for that done for quite some time too. So
plus,
if something happened, they could just release it.
I don't think anybody could even manually release it if they tried, if they weren't associated with the band.
Right. Because there's probably very few people that actually have their hands on copies of the songs.
Yeah, so it was either Tyler or Josh or somebody in the Field by Robin community. Maybe the marketing team purposely did that just to gain a little bit more traction or something.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Because it seems like that's what they tend to do with 21 Pilots. They surprise everybody and release something when nobody expects it.
Yeah, because they're the kind of band that always wants to get their fans deeper into something, and then once people start figuring it out, then they'll throw something else at them to have them thinking more. And then with that, it just kind of feeds it all.
So what'd you think of the music video for Trench?
I thought it was pretty good. I liked how, again, they're sticking with the same concept that they're doing for the other videos. So it still kind of stays with the storyline. But one thing I thought was really cool was in the video when they're performing, you actually see everyone dancing and kind of moving along with them. So it doesn't make it seem as serious as what's actually going on. But it just gives it more life.
It definitely was probably the cheapest one to make because it didn't use any difficult shots, it doesn't seem like, and not a lot of visual effects.
Right.
It seemed like it was pretty quick to make, but there's a lot of hidden things in it. I think that it was interesting that they kept shifting between day and night throughout the music video, and then nighttime was when the bishop came and kind of took Tyler away.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was going good and going well up until the night at the end.
Right. A lot of people are saying that, this is part 3 of the Trench story, correct?
Yes, this is the final part of a 3-part series from Trench.
I feel like there almost has to be more that either isn't released or if it's part 3, then maybe they won't release any more music videos, but I feel like they've almost got to release more photos on the DM website or another video that they just haven't told anyone about.
Yeah, I think definitely something's coming up. Just maybe it might be a while. I think they're going to release these 3 things, but they might keep Dima.org updated. They might start updating that more.
Right.
Because we haven't really heard anything from Clancy or anything like that.
Yeah, and I think Clancy is such a big part of the story that no one really knows who Clancy is besides that it's not Tyler, Josh, or one of the bishops.
Right.
But they've been drawing Clancy out for a while now, so they're not just gonna drop that and like act like that's it. Like there's got to be another journal entry that comes out or something like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff's gonna happen. I think that like the journal entries are a good way to keep the clique interested within the next few months, where they don't even necessarily have to release music.
Right.
Like they could do a journal entry every like 3 or 4 days, or even once a week for a month, and keep the clique really interested.
Yeah, and even with that, they could release one and then just like even wait a couple weeks, because people will dig so much into it that it's gonna take a while for everyone to get through and like analyze it like they want to.
I've heard some interesting theories about the Levitate videos. Some of them are kind of funny. It's like one of them saying that Clancy is one of the banditos, even though it's like pointed out in the jumpsuit video that he's not.
Right.
But some people are saying that he must have joined them to help Tyler somewhere in between, which I guess could have happened, but there hasn't been any updates or anything to signify that.
Okay.
Another one I've heard is the person who takes Tyler is actually Clancy and not a bishop.
Yeah, because I guess you never really see them. You see the hand come in.
Yeah, you see the hand and you see it's red, but I feel like it clearly is a bishop.
Right.
Like people are saying it's a different hand and it's not painted the same way, but if you look at the hand from Jumpsuit, it looks pretty similar to that.
Yeah. What I thought was weird is when the bishop or whoever it is takes Tyler, they're around the fire with other people and none of them really react. It's just kind of like after he's taken this, just like
yeah. Well, I think it kind of represents like that it's in his mind and it's all in his head anyway. So like nobody would really know what he's thinking and nobody would really know how he's feeling in his mind. So he could be taken to Dima in his head, but still be, I guess, there physically surrounding them.
Right. Because we've talked before about how, like you were saying that people are speculating that each flower in the Nico the Niners video represents the time that he escaped.
Yeah. Yep. Each one was a different time he escaped.
And then he gets brought back and then puts the flower in there and escapes again.
Yeah.
But like it just, like, I don't know. I think that's interesting.
It's like there's definitely a bunch of flowers, so it means he's trying to get out a lot, but he's never been successful.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's ever going to be successful. Well, like the track listing was released officially, and the last song is "Leave the City." So I wonder if that's like he's actually finally leaving,
right?
Or like you never know what that could mean.
Yeah. So it's like he's trying to escape like the demons in his mind, but every time he tries to, like something brings him back.
Exactly.
He's not like strong enough to completely
But
leave.
then hopefully with the clique and everybody's presence, it's like when they were on hiatus taking their break, he was never successfully able to leave the blurry face and everything, but hopefully with the clique and everybody, all the supporters around him, it's easier.
Now, we probably don't have much more time, but what are your thoughts on the style of the song? Because it's a lot different than most of their other stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot shorter. It's the style is like the format, if you could call it a chorus. There's a chorus right at the beginning, and then there's a chorus right at the end. And it's weird because it's like chorus, and then there's like either you could consider it one huge verse or like 2 or 3 different small verses, and then a chorus at the end. Yeah. And then a long outro.
Right.
I think all of those kind of break the mold on what a hit song is. Like a hit song is like somewhere between 3 and 4 minutes, and it has like a chorus, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, and then maybe a bridge and then another chorus. Like it tries to get the chorus in as many times as it can.
Right.
I also noticed that it's the second song on the track list, which is kind of interesting because usually the songs go by how popular they'll be or like how important they are to the album. Like usually like the sleepers and the songs that I guess are less important usually go on the back end. And that would be what this song would be considered as, because it's just like a quick 2-minute song, like a 2-minute freestyle almost.
Right.
But 21 Pilots are putting it right at the very beginning of the album.
Yeah, so it's like almost a filler, but something that they really want to put out and like get people to pay attention to.
They're like doing the opposite of what's normally done.
Yeah. I think it's like branching way off of their genre. Like Tyler's always done this kind of like rap style. But this, I've talked to a few people already, and they say that it reminds them a lot of like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I've heard Kendrick and Kanye and a bunch of just like actual rappers, it sounds like. But I don't know if that's the beat or like how the song sounds or what.
Yeah. But it's like I think they're kind of stepping out of their comfort zone a little bit to have it sound a little bit more like that, but they're still putting the Twin One Pots twist on it, which is cool.
They haven't released who the producers are or anything that I've seen yet, but it sounds like all 3 of the songs are the same producer.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the songs sound very similar. I know Vessel was one producer throughout the whole thing,
Okay.
but then Blurryface had like 6 or 7. Like
Right.
one person did one song, and then there was like one person who did like 3 or 4, but it was multiple producers throughout the entire album, and you could really tell like each song sounded different.
Right. And a lot of bands now even do it where they will like have their demo and then they'll record one thing with one producer and then send it off to another producer and they'll like change up things. And
but like this definitely sounds like it's one producer, and I think that makes a better concept album, or I guess a better theme, because you're getting one producer and they really know your vision a little better.
Right.
Like if you gave the song to somebody else, it might sound different just because it's a different person editing it and mixing it.
Right, so it'd probably be best to work with a few producers on like a single album.
Yeah.
But then like you can move on to a new album and then work with completely different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's going to do it for this episode.
My name's Noah.
My name's Hunter.
And this is the Music Bros.